This is a folk lever harp, and it's got one set of strings, and it sounds like this. And if you notice, there's red strings and there's blue strings. And if you start on a red string, which is C, it'll do a scale up to the next red string. And all the blues, or sometimes the purple, and sometimes the black, I've got 33 harps in this room, they're all different, but they're all the Fs. And the whole point of playing harp, the technique, is we don't use little fingers, and the whole point is to give our fingers strength. The fingers are doing the work. The arms are merely there to stop our hands falling off the end, okay? So if you try a simple exercise, if you stick your thumb on like that and your thumbs point up and your fingers point down, and so if you try Peter Pointer, second finger, and if you try plucking the string below and the string above your thumb, just leave the thumb there and you'll get the position of how you play. The fingers pluck downwards, and then you can swap fingers. Try the middle man tall, third finger, and then ruby ring, fourth finger, and that's the basis of the technique. Swap hands, do it with the other hand. So stick the thumb on and the thumb points up, and we try the second finger and then the third finger and the fourth finger, and the fingers are always playing below the thumb. And we can swap that round, so we can stick Peter Pointer finger on and the thumb can have a go. Now the thumb pushes. It's kind of strange to do at first, but just pushes like that. Okay? And we can try the other hand, try a different note, like that. And you know the harpy thing, the glissando. You go up with your fingers, so if you just try one finger with each hand, but you go down with your thumbs. Okay, so if we try, very simple little tune, and if we start with the third finger, which is middle man tall, and the right hand, pop it on blue F, and then the left hand, pop it on red C. Now the harp's the only instrument that I know of where you actually place your fingers, and we can place our fingers on all the correct strings before we start. Push your thumbs up, slide them up, slide your fingers down. Okay? Now the right hand is kind of like tick-tock. Goes tick-tock, tick-tock, just like that. The left hand starts on red C, goes up to the thumb and straight down again. Listen to old clock. Right hand again. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Shut up, old clock. Okay? It's actually a French tune, is this. They're called divers. And what happened is, in the Middle Ages, they started off as actually lines of poetry set to a bardic metre, and it was kind of like an after-dinner game. Somebody would say a line, and then the next person along the table would have to make up another line in the same kind of rhythm, in the metre. And eventually they put music to them, and then eventually they've got all the words, and we're left with the music. And they're very simple tunes, and you get things like Frère Jacques and Sur le Pont d'Avignon and things like that. So this one, I've put the words to. Silly little words, just to get you to remember it. So remember, third fingers, right hand, blue F, left hand, red C. Get your fingers placed, start with the right hand. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Left hand, listen to old clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, shut up, old clock. As simple as that. And then a good thing to do quite early on, and I always start my pupils with 4-finger chords, because you can always drop fingers off, drop notes off. But if you start with your 4th finger, that's ruby ring, place it on red C, miss a string out, 3rd finger, miss another string out, second finger. Then you have to miss 2 strings out and the thumb lands back onto red C. Now when you place, your thumb slides up and your fingers slide down. Okay? And if you start at the bottom really slowly, and this is where you realise you do need your finger strength. We don't lean on the harp either. You'll see some little scratches here. They're from pupils with watches. So we'll start again, 4th finger on red C, miss a string 3rd, miss a string 2nd, miss 2, and you're back on red. See what this sounds like? It's beautiful. Eventually, and this is really hard to do, we get a nice Aeolian chord after the Greek god Aeola, breath of wind. That's really hard to do, but if you just start simply and try and do it, it's fab. And you can do it with the right hand, just the same. And then you can join them together. So place the left hand, place the right hand. The bottom hand, the left hand, always takes the full 4 notes. So we don't need 2 fingers on that string there. So we just take the 4th finger off on the right. But if you start by putting that on, it'll be much easier. So take it off, now start at the bottom. A smile at the end. Isn't that lovely? Now, the levers, let me just quickly explain about the levers. Most harps with all these levers off are in the key of E flat, like the ebony Irish flutes. So we'd say have the levers off here. And then you'll find it sounds out of tune, it sounds funny if you get a few off and a few on. And then pupils ring me up and say, well, I can't remember which levers go on, so here it is. Okay, so we've got red C, that's down. Next note up, D, that's down. But E, that's up. F's down, G's down, A's up, B's up, and then we get back to C. There's only 7 notes. Then D's down, E's up, F's down, G's down, A's up, B's up, C's down, D's down, E's up. Mine are easy to recognise because they're also painted, but you can do this with nail varnish if yours aren't. So it's red for C, blue for F. And then another little tip before I go is dusting harps. Just like antiques, mums are always asking me, Kay, what do I do? It's different. Just use, like your antiques, a bit of oil. But feathers are really good for getting in between. Up here, all these, and also between the strings. This is a flautist trick because there's oil on the feathers, so it actually looks after your wood as well. So, thank you for listening, and I hope this helps a few people